American bread contains azodicarbonamide, a chemical also used to make yoga mats and shoe rubber, which is banned in most European countries due to cancer concerns. This dough conditioner makes bread softer and helps it rise, but it breaks down into potentially harmful chemicals during baking.
I'm never going to be the same after watching that. Today, we're going to be reacting to the darkest videos on TikTok. You are not going to believe what dark secrets got exposed. And you're going to want to watch to the end of the video because it got crazy. You will never see things the same ever again. What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 75% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you.
In Washington,
Yeah.
I think not even that far from the White House, like literally 5 kilometers away from the White House.
Yeah.
There was this farmer, and he found this hole in his farm.
Okay.
Like a huge ass hole, right?
Yeah.
So he looked down and it was deep. It was hella deep. And he took his rope and tried to measure it.
Ew.
No rope.
Oh, okay.
Bro, what do you think?
No, because it's like it's gonna go down in the hole and it's like just shit there.
No. Listen.
Okay.
This hole, he tried looking down, complete darkness, super deep. So he bought hella rope and he tried to measure it.
Yeah.
It turns out it would be longer than the height of a tall ass mountain. So
What?
That hole might very well be the deepest hole in the world.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what he's claiming, right? So he ended up going on like on all these news broadcasts, all these
Yeah.
podcasts, everything talking about it. And one of his stories was
Yeah.
that one day he saw a beam of light like shoot out of the sky
What the
from that hole, like almost like a transparent light.
Okay.
Super bright and just shoot to the sky at nighttime.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is going on, right? So apparently what happened to test that hole out, he had a lot of dogs, and I guess one of his dogs passed away. And just to test it out, he threw his dog down the hole.
What?
He threw his dog down the hole.
Oh, dog. Okay.
And the next day,
Gone.
the dog was alive.
What?
The dog was alive, roaming around the yard.
What?
Yeah.
So what is that? What, like a healing?
Yo, so check this in.
Okay.
This guy that was on all these news broadcasts and shit,
Yeah.
he got silenced. And if you try and Google Maps his farm, there's a huge white block covering his house.
No.
And you couldn't see. Also, they completely hid everything about that farm, and you can't even see that it used to be a farm anymore.
No.
So it just looks like plain land. So they hid everything. And that farm was not too far away from the White House. The White House a little bit farther. It's even closer to this military base.
Oh, okay, raps.
I never heard about this one before, but with the world we live in, I'm not even too sure what's real or what's fake. And if this were to happen, you know, our government's not very trustworthy, so this would be something they would cover up, because if someone figures out there's a hole in their yard that can bring things back to life, I don't think they would want anybody to know about that. Okay, but like throwing your dog down there is crazy. I don't know why you would do that.
You want to hear a scary animal story?
Yes.
In 2006, 3 Americans and 2 Africans that were going to this chimp sanctuary. Little did they know is that the 31 chimps that were in this sanctuary had escaped because they're very abusive to these chimps. And when they're going down the road, all of a sudden this ginormous chimp named Bruno, which was the alpha male, came into the middle of the road. He's 6 feet tall and weighs 270 pounds, which is double the amount of a normal chimpanzee. And then the chimp starts running towards this car, punches in the back window, grabs one of the African man's hands, and the gates of the sanctuary were closed. And so the driver, who was African, tried to ram the gate to get through, hit the gate. Nothing happened except it disabled the car. And the African driver got out, took off into the woods. Bruno running down the road, gets Melvin, the guy who just got his hand bitten off, bites his foot off. And then Gary, just got knocked unconscious, grabs a big stick and starts eating Bruno the ape, like jabs him in the throat, and then Bruno stumbles back and then takes off into the woods.
Foods that were invented because someone was lazy. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. TV dinners were created because a Swanson employee named Jerry Thomas had 260 tons of leftover Thanksgiving turkey and was too lazy to figure out a complicated way to use it up. He literally just threw turkey, corn, and sweet potatoes into aluminum trays, froze them, and marketed them as convenient meals you could eat while watching television. This lazy solution made Swanson over $10 million in the first year and completely changed how Americans ate dinner forever. Number 2. The sandwich. Sandwiches exist because the Earl of Sandwich was too lazy and addicted to gambling to stop playing cards for a proper meal with utensils. He ordered his servants to put meat between two pieces of bread so he could eat with one hand while continuing to gamble with the other. Other gamblers started ordering the same as sandwich, and this lazy eating method became so popular that it spread across Europe and eventually the entire world. Number 3. Breakfast cereal. Cereal was invented because Dr. John Harvey Kellogg was too lazy to make individual breakfast orders for hundreds of patients at his health spa every morning. He created flaked corn that could be mass-produced, stored easily, and served instantly with milk to feed everyone at once. His lazy breakfast solution accidentally created a billion-dollar industry and changed how the entire world eats breakfast, all because he didn't want to cook individual meals.
Okay, these are some interesting facts, but are we just going to overlook the fact that he has 260 tons of leftover turkey? How do you end up in this predicament? I mean, it was a really smart idea, but I just can't overlook the fact that he had 260 tons of turkey just chilling.
Vampires, they can't deal with silver.
Yeah.
Now check this out. Do you know why vampires hate silver? It's crazy. It goes to the Bible, fam.
No, I don't.
So the reason vampires cannot be around silver, and that's their weakness, is because it dates all the way back to an original evil in the Bible with Judas when he betrayed Jesus. How did he betray him? For 30 pieces of silver. Yeah. Damn. So they say because Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, evil is cursed around silver. Silver itself is it's supposed to be a very pure, healing sort of metal that they use, and they always think of that. It's pure, healing, and they pretty much call it like kind of holy. That whole mythology of it came from that. That's why vampires, werewolves, they get killed by silver. That's one of the only things, right? You can only let evil in. It can't just like grab a hold of you. You have to allow it in yourself. In the same way people talk about, oh, how do people get possessed? Or how do people fall into deep evil? They have to open themselves up to it. It's almost like a temptation thing, right? That's crazy.
3 banned foods Americans eat that other countries won't touch. Number 1. American bread contains azodicarbonamide, a chemical also used to make yoga mats and shoe rubber, which is banned in most European countries due to cancer concerns. This dough conditioner makes bread softer and helps it rise, but it breaks down into potentially harmful chemicals during baking. Countries like Singapore will actually fine you for bringing American bread products across their borders. Most Americans eat this chemical daily without knowing it exists in their food supply. Number 2. Artificial food dyes like red dye number 40 and yellow number 6 are common in American candies, cereals, and snacks, but banned in many European countries due to links with hyperactivity in children. European versions of American products like M&Ms and Skittles use natural colorings from fruits and vegetables instead. The European Union requires warning labels on foods containing these dyes, stating they may have adverse effects on children's attention and activity. Number 3. Farm-raised salmon in America is often fed artificial coloring to make the flesh pink, as naturally farm-raised salmon would be gray. This practice is banned in Australia and several European countries where consumers would rather eat gray salmon than chemically colored fish. The dye used is the same compound that makes flamingos pink, but it's added to salmon feed purely for aesthetic purposes. Many Americans don't realize that wild salmon gets its pink color naturally from eating shrimp and krill, while farm-raised salmon requires artificial enhancement.
If you see other countries banning stuff and, certain things that you eat on a daily basis are literally condemned from being consumed in other places, shouldn't that just maybe tell you, oh, maybe I shouldn't be eating this? I don't know if it's just me. Like, if I find out that we are the only place that consumes this certain thing and is banned everywhere else, it kind of clicks in my brain that, oh, maybe that's not good for me.
The Philadelphia experiment in 1943. Have you ever heard of it? Yes or no?
No.
So this was the beginning of World War II. The world was at war in it for the second time. The U.S. Navy ships were getting rocked their socks off. They started looking up different ways to cloak their ships. But then supposedly they're like, well, we want to figure out how to get all the way invisible. They did it, right?
Yeah.
This new technology in the ship. Flipped it on.
What is the technology that makes it invisible?
Don't know. The ship started to glow. Eyewitness report said there's like this green fog that started to surround it. Disappeared. Guess where it reappeared?
Japan.
It reappeared in the Virginia.
What?
250 miles away. When it appeared in Virginia, it was actually 10 minutes before it disappeared.
What?
So it
It went back in time?
back in time.
No, it's imaginary.
Listen! It disappeared again. and then reappeared back in Philadelphia.
What happened at the Golden Globes. Obviously, men don't want to joke around with the word God. So at the Golden Globes, the host, you know, they hire people like comedians to make jokes about other people, right? And she did one bit and she was like, the award speeches have been great. Let's see the leaderboard on who people are thanking.
So much has already happened in the first half, and the acceptance speeches have been on fire. Who got shouted out the most? Let's look at the numbers.
11 people thank their cast.
Cast and crew are leading the way with 11 mentions.
2 people thank their mom.
Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs.
And at the end, it was like 0 people thank God.
God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions.
Damn. And she was like, oh, that's normal for this godless town.
No surprise in this godless town.
Literally the day after, fam, boom, that shit happened.
It's shocking video showing the absolute devastation in the Pacific Palisades. Footage reveals mile after mile of scorched earth where beautiful homes once existed. Officials now say thousands of structures have burned to the ground. Today, the Pacific Palisades is still on fire.
And it's like, damn.
Lies you were taught in school that you still believe today. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. You were taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America and proved the earth was round, but both are completely false. Vikings reached North America 500 years before Columbus, and indigenous peoples had been living there for thousands of years, so he didn't discover anything. Additionally, educated people already knew the earth was round since ancient Greek times. Columbus's voyage was about finding a trade route to Asia, not proving the planet's shape, but textbooks simplified it into a feel-good discovery story. Number 2. Your teacher told you that you have 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. But scientists have identified at least 20 different human senses. You have a sense of balance, temperature, pain, body position, hunger, thirst, and even a sense of time passing. The 5 senses idea came from Aristotle over 2,000 years ago, and schools just kept teaching it despite modern science proving we're far more complex, meaning everything you learned about your own body was outdated by centuries. Before I say the last one, make sure you hit that follow button to support the channel. Number 3. You learned that different parts of your tongue taste different flavors. Sweet on the tip, sour on the sides, bitter in the back. But this is completely made up. The tongue map came from a mistranslation of a German paper in 1901, and every part of your tongue can taste every flavor equally. Schools taught this myth for over 100 years, using colorful diagrams in textbooks, and millions of people still believe their tongue has flavor zones, even though scientists debunked it decades ago.
I only realized what Black Mirror means like last week.
What?
So Black Mirror, we know it's that show about like technology, dark things happening with technology, right? A black mirror is every piece of technology we have. This is a black mirror.
Yeah, when it's turned off.
A TV screen is a black mirror. A computer monitor is a black mirror, bro.
Yo, these are black mirrors.
That's what it means. Because we go to the black mirror to, now check this out. Now it goes to ancient, not even ancient, but just like fairy tales. Mirror, mirror on the wall. We ask the mirror for advice. We ask the mirror for what to do. Now we almost worship not a clear mirror anymore, but the black mirror. And maybe that vibe of it, you know, maybe there's something there that it's almost like too romanticized, like fairy tale. It sounds so fairy tale, right?
That's scary though.
Like mirror, mirror on the wall.
No, you never remember what I said.
Especially there's finally new news about it.
What?
The David situation.
Oh, he's no longer a thing, right?
Yeah, so as of right now, beyond all odds, fam, David in this whole murder mystery case, he is no longer a suspect. Or at least they don't have a suspect. And that's the statement they made. Because new news came out that Celeste, they have a biopsy, and they're saying, this is what they suspect, that she had a drug overdose.
But why is she in the car? Yeah.
Okay, what if maybe she did overdose because of them, and then they're obviously trying to hide that.
Yeah, hide that. Okay.
And they didn't know what to do. I have no clue though.
Yeah.
Like this all like theory, allegations.
All the evidence is there. The tattoo, shit like that. There's no way that.
Yeah, there's no way he's not a suspect, right?
Yeah. And when I seen that news on Grandy, it was so funny because it's like first of all, getting news from a meme page is so crazy, but because it's biased, right?
No, but that's how we get our news now.
That's how we get our news now.
That's how we get our news now. Like we get our news beside a joke. That's so wild. And 2025, all of our news is beside a meme. That's so fucked.
Look, what if I told you every celebrity you've ever known, from musicians to actors to politicians, isn't real? They're all characters. Hollywood is way more advanced than they let on. We're not just talking about makeup or CGI. We're talking about full-blown identity fabrication on a scale that would blow your mind. Every celebrity is just a role played by an elite group of actors using crazy advanced Hollywood techniques. I mean, think about it. Makeup artists, voice coaches, body doubles, deepfakes. Hollywood's had this tech for decades. They can make anyone look like anyone. What you think is a celebrity's natural appearance, it's a costume. They're trained to play roles, not just in movies, but in life. This whole thing is to control us, man. Celebrities influence how we think, what we wear, what we care about. They're there to sell ideas, lifestyles, keep us distracted from real problems. And when their character expires, whether through scandal, old age, or even deletes, those actors just take on a new role. Some of the biggest names today could have been playing different characters for decades. You ever notice how when one big pop star fades out of the spotlight, another one who looks suspiciously similar pops up? Like, where did that person come from? They're always just there. What if they didn't fade away? They just switched characters. Some of the biggest celebrity deletes in history, they weren't real. They just retired those characters, and those actors went on to play different roles. Hollywood has been using prosthetics, body doubles, and now even AI for years. But the real secret, they've perfected face and voice changing technology. We're talking micro implants that can change vocal tone, advanced bodysuits to alter physical appearance, and even psychological conditioning to make the actor believe they are the character. This stuff is beyond anything we've seen publicly. They've got this down to a science, man. Entire studios exist just to train these elite actors in multiple celebrity roles. These people live entire lives as different celebrities, flipping between roles depending on what the industry needs at the time. If you look at the way these celebrity lives unfold, how perfectly timed their rises and falls are, how eerily similar some of them look and sound, you can't help but wonder. There's something way bigger going on in Hollywood than we're being told.
What people don't really understand is that the government and all these other elite people are 30 years ahead of whatever we're thinking. Everything that people are coming to realize now has already been realized by them years ago. So we're like just really far behind. But they want all these things to feel like conspiracies to make us feel like we're crazy so we don't catch on to what they're doing.
Birds in the morning, they actually have a purpose for chirping. So, you know how like when you wake up, you're supposed to wake up to birds chirping, right?
Yeah.
That's our natural instinct. That's our
like
human
morning.
nature to hear birds chirping in the morning. That's how you wake up, the sun setting, whatever, or sun rising, whatever, right? Apparently, when birds chirp in the morning, they actually send sonic waves to plants that stimulate that it's morning for them and gets them ready to receive sunlight. So in the same way, but before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys, phones were being spied on by a blue radio app. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately. Did you know, like, if you played, they played music, specifically like hip-hop music, instead of birds, and it pretty much destroyed the plants.
Damn.
So they stimulated in like their own environment instead of bird chirping. They played the hip hop music and it was literally killing the plants because the sonic waves weren't the same. So the theory is like with us, since we're living things too, we're supposed to be seeing the sun. That's why people do sun gaze. Apparently ancient Egyptians and all these different civilizations, what they used to do, they would take in the sun waves as energy.
How is this possible? How is she doing this? Kris Jenner is aging backwards, guys. You see it? Not only that, she looks like her daughter right here. She looks like Kim Kardashian right here. So you mean to tell me from 2007, she took this picture, to 2025? How are you doing this? Because a lot of people want to know, because we don't want to age either. 2007, 2025. I mean, how, man? How? Because whoever she's going to, people want to know. Because they would like to do it too. She's almost touching 70. Because if 70-year-old women look like this, I might want to see what's up. They taking care of themselves. You see it. Shh. Shut up. What is going on with the Kardashians, guys? Wow. Big difference. I must say, she looks incredible right here. For her age, marvelous. What is really going on with the Kardashian family? Kanye knows. That's why they had to get rid of Kanye. Kanye does what he wants to do. Nobody can tell him nothing. Remember that song? Ha ha, you can't tell me nothing. Lamar Odom knows. He was going through it when he was dating her. He left her, and he seems to be doing just fine. Something is going on with the Kardashians, guys. And I just can't put it together. Entertainment purposes only. Kris Jenner looks amazing for her age. And I love the Kardashians. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
This whole CIA document is just absolutely wild. There was this remote viewer. His task was to look up where the Galactic Federation headquarters is at. And he talks about the surroundings. It's on our world. And there's these huge mountains, and then there's a giant lake. The guy says it seems a lot like Lake Titicaca in Peru. He entered this chamber, and there's this hallway. And in the middle of this room was this altar. All of a sudden, from above, there was this beaming white light, and there was a group of entities standing in white robes. He said it seemed very spiritual, religious. He didn't know how to describe it. In 2000, Italian archaeologists discovered at the bottom of Lake Titicaca was this ancient temple.
No way.
That really matched up with this CIA document. It's also the highest lake in the world.
What would be significance to that?
The Bible talks about how if there was this fallen angel civilization high in the mountains and like we're above destruction, for like God to flood it and be like, you're not beyond my reach.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So Lil Uzi Vert decided to get a new tattoo. An upside down cross on his tongue. So the upside down cross on his necklace wasn't enough. 4 upside down crosses on his necklace wasn't enough. An upside down cross on his ear wasn't enough. Upside down crosses at his show was not enough. Him saying he makes a city girl believe in Satan was not enough. Him saying he sold his soul was not enough. Him telling people you're all going to hell right with me was not enough. He had to go and get an upside down cross tattoo on his tongue for you to see. Now here's my question. Is the tattoo on his tongue enough for you to finally stop listening to music like this? Have you realized there's something much more than physical now? There's something much more deeper going on with Lil Uzi Vert. I told you already before, you say his name fast, you get Lucifer. Lucifer, 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 Lucifer. You get Lucifer when you say Lil Uzi Vert so fast. It's deeper than what we're seeing on the outside perspective, people. It's a spiritual war that we deal with. And what you have here with Lil Uzi Vert is demons messing with
popular drinks that were originally medicine. Dr. Pepper was invented by pharmacist Charles Alderton in 1885 as a medicinal syrup designed to aid digestion and provide energy through a blend of 23 different flavoring agents. Alderton created the formula at his drugstore soda fountain as a health tonic that would help customers with stomach problems and fatigue. The medicinal syrup became popular as a refreshing beverage rather than medicine, leading to commercial production of the world's oldest major soft drink brand. Gatorade was developed by University of Florida researchers as a medical rehydration solution for athletes suffering from heat exhaustion and dehydration during football practices. The sports medicine team created the electrolyte replacement drink to prevent dangerous fluid loss that was hospitalizing players during intense training sessions in hot weather. The medical rehydration treatment became a commercial sports drink industry worth billions when other athletes discovered its performance benefits. Tonic water was created as a malaria prevention medicine containing quinine, a bitter compound that could prevent the deadly tropical disease that killed millions of colonists and travelers. British soldiers and colonial administrators in malaria-prone regions were required to drink tonic water daily as medical prophylaxis against the mosquito-borne illness. The medicinal quinine water was mixed with gin to make the bitter medicine more palatable, creating the gin and tonic cocktail from malaria prevention therapy.
People never fail to surprise me because they'll take everything and use it for what it's not supposed to be used for. Like in the last video, people discovered Listerine because they decided to put floor cleaner in their mouth. People back then really just took medicine and said, oh, I'm gonna regularly drink this every single day. Why can't nobody just use things for the purpose it's meant to be used for and not have to risk their lives for?
The Wallace Line!
The Wallace Line.
So you have Indonesia, and you have Australia, right? You have Bali, you have the Philippines, and then there's Australia. There's an invisible line between these islands
islands that for some reason animals cannot cross. Marine biologists have no idea. Biologists have no clue why. There's only like a 20-mile difference. On this side, on the Asian side, you have tigers, elephants, monkeys, all these types of things. But then 20 miles over, you have animals
They're
that
completely different species.
are completely different species. You have marsupials like kangaroos and koalas, and then you have dingoes.
They've never observed those animals crossing over.
Even the fish will not cross over this invisible line within the ocean. Birds will not fly to the other side. It's just a border that animals instinctively just don't cross for some unknown reason.
I wonder if it's like a gravitational force or something.
But it'd have to be something we can't measure.
Yeah.
Because you know they're trying to figure that out. They'd find gravity or energy.
And why animals are the only things that don't cross it.
8 crazy facts the government doesn't want you to know. Number 1. Federal income tax was supposed to be temporary to fund World War I, but became permanent, and the IRS can't actually explain what law requires you to pay it. Number 2. The FBI had a secret program called COINTELPRO that illegally spied on and harassed civil rights leaders, including Martin Luther King Jr., for decades without warrants. Number 3. The government conducted illegal medical experiments on unsuspecting citizens for 20 years, including giving people LSD without their knowledge to study mind control. Number 4. Social security numbers were never meant to be used as identification. They literally say not for identification on the original cards, but now you need them for everything. Number 5. The NSA collects and stores every phone call, text message, and internet search you make without a warrant through secret programs revealed by Edward Snowden. Number 6. The government can legally seize your property and money through civil forfeiture, even if you're never charged with a crime. They just have to suspect it's connected to illegal activity. Number 7. The government has admitted to covering up UFO sightings for 70 years and recently confirmed that unidentified aerial phenomena are real and unexplained. Number 8. There are secret courts called FISA courts that approve government surveillance requests in complete secrecy with no public oversight. They approve 99.97% of all requests.
So Martin Lawrence was recently on a Breakfast Club, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Something sound very, very off about his voice. Y'all gotta hear it. Also, Charlemagne brung up how people say if you wear a dress in Hollywood, you sold out or you're part of the Illuma, you know. And this is what Martin had to say.
I also wondered too, but when growing up, watching you play Shanae, watching you in Big Mama's house, I never thought anything of it. I just thought it was funny. But nowadays, you hear people say, "Oh, that you got to sell your soul in Hollywood, and that's humiliation rituals and the Illuminati."
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
What?
Doing what I do and doing Big Mama and characters like that, Shanae or whatever. These are strong black women, and I'm a comedian, and I'm not a...
Do you know what else is under the authority of the crown?
What?
Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
What does that mean? How?
Ron DeSantis was trying to take away their self-governing, because Disney has always been like a self-governing entity within Florida, so they don't pay taxes, the taxes that major businesses and do stuff in Florida do. Like, they started getting into politics. Disney was like, he's like, if you're going to get into politics, let's get into politics.
Yeah.
But Ron DeSantis lost that battle because it came out that Disney's like, hey, why don't you just read this piece of paper that we have? It says, we are under the Royal Family Clause, which basically means Disney World within Florida is technically owned by the royal family of England.
How?
I don't know how that works either.
I don't know how they did it. They did some sort of exchange. I've tried to do a ton of research.
Did they fund it?
They would have had to have given the land to the crown, and now it's protected.
Yeah, they basically said the U.S. cannot tax what is the royal family's.
Why? Why do they own U.S. land? Get out of here! Come on!
Influencers will be the first to take the mark of the beast. And I believe that they are being primed to do it, to influence the masses to follow their lead and also take the mark of the beast. Think about how much power and influence these people have. And yeah, celebrities are cool, and I also believe that they'll play a big part in this. But influencer culture and how, honestly, they've risen to the A-list celebrity of life, they are going to downplay the mark of the beast.
is going to come out and they're going to say, oh, everybody's going to take it. Everybody's taking it. They're even going to create ads for the mark of the beast. I'm going to show you a world that if you take the mark of the beast, your life will be exponentially better. They're also going to be offered millions and millions and millions of dollars to influence you to accept the mark of the beast. And you might think I'm just yapping, but I'm not. Revelation says that he will cause, now remember this word cause, all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their forehead, which is worship to him. The word cause does not associate with the word force. He's not going to force people. He's going to cause them. He's going to use pawns like celebrities to get people. Imagine if a celebrity's traveling during a time where you can't travel unless you accept something. Imagine that these influencers are traveling and they're doing a stream or they're doing some type of YouTube video or TikTok video, and they're traveling and they're telling you that you can only travel if you receive this mark, or you can only get this type of car if you receive this mark, or they're just doing little small campaigns for this mark. Influencers are pawns, and they're going to be used in the last days. They're being primed for it right now. They're being given the world right now. They're being given the minds of the youth. I know the saying where it says that if your friend jumps off a bridge, will you jump off a bridge? I truly believe that all of these influences have the power to make people jump off of bridges with them. So beware of the influencers in the last days, because they will be used as pawns. Money is the root of all evil. I'm telling y'all, money is the root of all evil.
This is definitely going to start being the case very soon, because people don't really care about celebrities and actors as much anymore, as much as these influencers. The youth is growing up with these people that they watch every single day. And this new upcoming wave of streamers and influencers are going to be the people that are really making the difference. And as people, we just got to wake up and stop supporting people that sell out and do all these weird things for money.
I'm not sure if this is true, but it sure looks like it was true 10 years ago. Over a decade ago, Ryan found a cave that led to Disneyland restrooms. The entrance of a secret cave that goes into Disneyland. I don't know about this part, but I do know about this part. Watch the video until the end, share this video with someone you love, care, and respect, and what's your thoughts in the comments section.
Entrance of the secret cave that goes into Disneyland. Now, if this works and it actually does go into Disneyland, I have an annual pass, but I'm not trying to steal admission. Here goes. It's kind of short.
All right, so think about the most insane celebrity you know. It doesn't matter. Rick James is probably more insane. Now, real quick, y'all know Rick James, right? Very popular singer in the 80s. You may also know him from that Chappelle Show skit, I'm Rick James. No, but today we're going to be talking about the time he used to kidnap people. See, Rick James had a problem. He was on that stuff. One day, this record executive named Mary gets a call. It's from Rick James. He says, look, Mary, I need some help with some record label stuff. Mary says, well, that makes sense. You're famous singer Rick James. I'm on my way. So Mary goes over to the Sunset Tower in Hollywood where Rick James is at. She walks in his room. She sees Rick James and his then girlfriend, Tanya. They said, can we offer you any refreshment? We got water, we got chips, we got cocoa. It's the early 90s. I'm talking about that cocoa. Mary, the record executive, said, oh, let me get some water and a side of cocoa. They all dabble in a little cocoa. Rick James says, okay, so Mary, why I called you here is because I want to start my own record label. I just wanted to know some logistics. Mary said, great question. Skrr. Suddenly, Tanya starts yelling at Rick out of nowhere. They begin to argue. Rick said, man, Tanya, watch out, we got company. Tanya said, man, I don't care about all that. Mary said, oh, maybe I should go. Mary packs up her stuff. She leaves. Tanya then stops Mary at the elevator. She says, Mary, I'm so sorry. You know, we shouldn't have done that in front of you. Please come back. Mary says, all right. She goes back. And here's where things start to get wicked. As soon as Mary gets back, she starts discussing the ins and outs of record labels. Tanya suddenly just gets upset at Mary, starts yelling at Mary. Mary says, nah, slow down, Tanya. Tanya says, slow down where? Boom! She suddenly smacks Mary. Mary looks at Rick. Rick smacks Mary too. They both start going ham on Mary, Rick and Tanya. And this is for no apparent reason. Mary loses consciousness. She then wakes up after they splash water on her, and then they continue going ham on her. Now, Mary at this point is injured and confused. She looks at the time and realizes Rick has kept her for 20 hours. Rick then says to Mary, okay, Mary, you can go. But please don't call the cops. Mary gets up. She leaves. She calls the cops. The cops said, hold on, you talking about famous singer Rick James? Mary said, I know you're probably not going to believe me. No, the cops said, no, we believe you. He's on bail for doing the same thing a month ago. Yeah, Rick and his girlfriend Tanya just got out on bail for kidnapping somebody for 6 days and doing them way worse than they did Mary. So the police go over to Rick and Tanya. They said, put your hands behind your back. They said, all right, that's fair. And the court case itself was quick. While Mary is repeating the story of what Rick and Tanya did to her, people hear loud snoring in the courtroom. Rick James sleep. Rick James' lawyer said, Your Honor, my client has just been a little sick lately. He hasn't been getting too much sleep. The judge said, all right, let's perform a recess. Hold on, is she smiling? The lawyer said, The jury said, don't even worry about it. We're going to say guilty. The lawyer said, all right, that's fair. Now, the only thing they could prove was the assault charge. So Rick got 5 years, Tanya got 4 years, and they were ordered to pay $1 million to Mary, the music executive.
They gotta start being harsher on crimes. This dude literally had just kidnapped somebody and they let him out. And what did he do? The exact same thing. It's just kind of like people are not learning from their actions. If your homie steals a cookie from your cookie jar and you leave the cookie jar around him again, what is he gonna do? He's gonna steal your cookies because you did not do anything about it. You let him steal your cookies and he's gonna steal some more. So see, but that's when you take the cookie jar and you just throw it at him. So then he's never gonna steal your cookies again because he knows, oh, if I go take his cookies, he's gonna hit me with a cookie jar. I think that would really solve everything if we just started throwing cookie jars at people.
What if people start getting accused on shit based on AI videos?
Oh, I already seen some shit. The Jake Paul.
What Jake Paul?
Where there was like him doing full makeup, him in dresses.
Oh,
like
yeah.
And then
and
his girlfriend, yes, and his girlfriend was like, I don't like this, and like people are getting mad off that. He wasn't getting mad. He obviously ran with it because he's been an internet. But his family members, yo, you see your kid, you know what I mean?
And it looks real.
And it looks fucking real,
and it looks real as fuck. Bro, did you see the ones where it's like a raccoon getting away from a police officer? It's like driving a car?
No!
Yeah, there's so many of those. There's SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, it's all, you know, the body cam footage of a police officer? It's like, I'm getting away from you, and it drives off in a whip. It's
all from Sora, right?
It's like SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, and Sora 2. Sora 2 is crazy. It literally looks real shit.
Yeah.
But I can still tell it's AI. It's not perfect yet.
Okay.
You can still see.
Yeah, I like the mouth and shit like that.
Yeah, there's still some shit that looks off. The craziest ones though, the skateboard videos. I've seen AI skateboard videos that look so real.
Really?
And it legit just looks like a regular skateboard video.
Really? I did not know about those though.
And I can imagine, fam, like what if you start a whole career
of AI
faking skateboard tricks?
Oh, that would be mad. And then you gotta deal with Supreme? Oh,
yeah, fam.
Crazy. Nah.
Yeah, I think eventually it's gonna be really hard to tell whether someone did a crime or not based on like fabricated. Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys, their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
Ain't no way this is real. Some weird shit is going on with these three, bruh. Even the fact that Bad Bunny is headlining the NFL Super Bowl. First, we're going to start with LeBron. Is he trying to send Donald Trump a message? Because as you can see, it's a shirt with a flag and then it say DT on it. And then he got on the Jordans, y'all. I thought you was better than Jordan. Why you rocking Jordans, fool? Then you got Bad Bunny. Look at his face, y'all. He looks strung out. Am I tripping? He looked like he been through a lot in the last couple weeks. He did get the gimmick to headline the Super Bowl. What did he have to do to get that? And then why the fuck he still got the tag on, fool? What's going on? And I know he on Jay-Z lower back. Why is his hand on Jay-Z lower back? They both got their arm around him right here. I don't know what the fuck is really going on, fool. This some weird shit. Then you got Jay-Z with the alfalfa. Look at that junk just sticking up. I don't know, y'all. It's probably some things I missed in this picture. That's why I need y'all to let me know what y'all notice.
I've seen enough. They were all kissing Diddy. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. What made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one.